Say welcome to the November forecast.
Welcome to the November forecast.
Good job.
Wolf.
Say, we got the coyote spirit.
You got the coyote spirit.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another one of my monthly forecasts. If this is the first time you're seeing me, my name is Angela Peterson, and I am a psychic medium and shamanic practitioner in Sedona, Arizona. We are going to be doing a forecast for November 2025, and before I get started, I would like to make a couple of announcements. The first is that I am available for appointments. You can book on my website. It's healingwithangela.com, and the link for that will be below this video. But I do both readings and healing sessions, and I do them online and in person in Sedona. So if you're ever in Sedona visiting and you want to have an in-person experience with me, then please feel free to reach out. I would love to see you here. And the next is that I am going to be having a holiday special, a holiday sale. I have not decided exactly what that's going to look like yet, but I definitely want to offer that to all of you. And I'm going to put that out the week of Thanksgiving, so stay tuned. If you want access to special offers that I send out, then it's important for you to sign up for my email list. And you can do that on my website, healingwithangela.com. If you scroll down to the bottom, there's a place for you to subscribe. And then you're going to get all the information about any events that I'm doing. I email notifications for any videos that I'm posting, as well as special offers and discounts. So now we are going to look at the overall energy for the month of November. Now the first animal card we have coming out for November is Coyote Spirit. And one of my really good friends here in Sedona has this adorable little boy named Jai Coyote. And we literally picked this card together for all of you for the month of November. So he was quite stoked about that. The coyote is in the direction of the south on the Native American medicine wheel. And the south is all about fire. It's summertime. It's the fullness of life. And it's the brightest time of the year. One of the biggest lessons that Coyote teaches us is actually about lightening up and not taking life too seriously. I think it was perfect that Jai wanted to help me with this forecast, because I think that childlike innocence and energy is definitely a theme for November. Children teach us how to enjoy life. They're all about fun and play and lightheartedness, and that's definitely an energy that I sense for November, which is so good because we're coming out of some really intense energies. October was, a shadow work month, and so we were diving pretty deep into the shadow, but it was also a smooth process, at least for a lot of us. Some of us not so much, right? But my experience of the month of October was very much about floating through my shadows with grace and ease. And I also know that a lot of people were having some pretty amazing spiritual experiences and being visited by loved ones in the spirit realm. So it was a really powerful month for that. And I'm really happy, that people were having these amazing experiences. The veil really was thin, and it still is pretty thin. And I think that it will continue to be so into November and even beyond. So at the end of the October forecast, I actually mentioned that I thought November was looking lighter, and it still looks that way to me. So November has this feeling of the heaviness or the weight or the burdens just being lifted off. And there's a feeling of kind of floating, similar to the feeling of floating on the water in a raft, or floating like a feather on the wind. Maybe not quite as intense as the feather on the wind, but definitely a feeling of just going with the flow. There's such a lightness, like you're being held up and that nothing is weighing you down. And we did have the dove spirit also come out for the month of October. So I think that lightness, the dove spirit talks about peace. And doves also, to me, represent grace. And there is such a feeling of grace in the month of November. It's like stepping outside into the sunshine and letting the sun just shine on your face, and that feeling of peace and contentment and warmth. That's what it feels like. And it feels like Spirit is just blessing us with so much grace and love this month of November. And a lot of that could also be because of the shifting of the planets in astrology. Somebody just reminded me that in October, Pluto actually went back into Capricorn. It had moved into Aquarius at the beginning of the year and ended up shifting itself back into Capricorn for a couple of weeks in October, which makes perfect sense because Capricorn is about the shadow. It's the underworld. It's materialism, and it represents the devil card in the tarot deck. And devil just really represents the shadow nature of a human, overcoming attachments and addictions and different forms of obsession. But that may have been why October was a shadow work month. But Pluto has now gone back into Aquarius, and that's where I believe it's staying for the long haul. So Aquarius has a feeling of lightness to it because it's an air sign, and it's also connected to humanitarianism and compassion, innovation. It's, Aquarius is associated also with technology. So advancement in technology, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot more of that in the next few years. But one of the main things to know about Pluto being in Aquarius is that Aquarius being an air sign, that means that everything can happen very, very quickly. So it's a quick energy. The two chakras highlighted for the month of November are the root chakra and the solar plexus chakra. So root chakra, I did pick a root chakra card, and it says family on it. And there is an adorable family of monkeys on this card. This month of November, there will be a lot of people celebrating Thanksgiving and gathering with families, which means that, there can be a lot that comes up in the familial dynamics. And when I tune into the energy of this, it actually feels like healing. So I think that there will be a lot of people experiencing healing in familial relationships. We've been doing so much ancestral trauma healing for, the last few years, but especially the last year. That has been a primary focus for so much of the healing work many of us have been doing. So it may be that this month of November, many of you will be seeing the ripple effect of that healing. If you have been doing ancestral trauma work and healing, you're going to start seeing changes within your family members, those closest to you. You will start seeing that ripple effect, which is so amazing and so powerful and beautiful. And not only just in our immediate family, we are going to start seeing a really large ripple effect in the collective. So October, not only was it a great month for shadow work, it was a great month for awakening. So there were several things lining up from an energetic standpoint in the month of October that created a mass awakening in so many people. And November continues this energy. The last few days, I've been having this really strong feeling like this split that I have been talking about for quite a while now, the split in consciousness and choosing timelines and all of that. I have this feeling within the last few days that that split has basically taken place now. So there's a large group of people who are moving toward a really, really beautiful future that has a lot to do with being in harmony with oneself, each other, and the earth, nature. And there's a large group of people who are moving in the opposite direction. And so we have people who are going to have, an amazing next 20 years or so, and then other people who are not. And if you're watching my video, then most likely you're definitely in this timeline of, coming back together into harmony with each other. And in that progression toward this unity consciousness, we're still going to have challenges, we're still going to experience difficulties, but we have so many beautiful things to look forward to. The other chakra highlighted for the month of November is solar plexus chakra. And this card says determination, and you can see all of the salmon on the card going, upstream like salmon do. What this reminds me of is like when a mother is giving birth and she's at that last push the very last push and then the baby slides out, right? That's what that feels like to me. It's like that determination to just finish it, complete it, end it. We're done. Moving on into new life, new beginnings, finally into a feeling of rest. That like I said, that lightness, that heaviness lifts finally. The pressure that I have also been talking about in the last few forecasts, this intensity of pressure, because it did feel like we were going through the birth canal, and we're caterpillars turned into butterflies, that sort of a thing. I feel like many of us are on the other side. There are enough of us that are on the other side or coming out the other side of that in this month of November, that it's making the collective feel so much lighter. We have fairies coming out with earth magic, and fairies in this depiction are like really good omens, like they're good luck and they're blessings. And I just realized actually that on this card you can see the light coming in and shining on the fairy, kind of in that same depiction that I had of walking out into the sunshine, just letting that light shine on you. It's like I've arrived. It's coming out of a dark cave and into the warmth of the sun for the first time in a while. And that is what November feels like. The two guidance cards that I picked are the lake, stillness, and the meadow, vulnerability. There's a lot of nature depicted on these cards today, which is really lovely. It tells me that your advice is to take it in. Just let it in. Let yourself feel, let yourself be present, and allow yourself to come into that place of stillness within yourself. Just receive the light and let it penetrate your body, your cells, and let yourself heal. This feels like a very healing month. So it's like coming out the other side of the shadow work and then just integrating and resting, renewing and recouping. This is a great month to go with the flow, but to also be true to yourself. If the opportunity arises, then be vulnerable and be honest, be authentic. And many blessings will come to you this month of November. So I hope you all have a really lovely month. Feels like we're gonna, so yay for that. And take care. I'll see you next time. Say bye, everybody. I hope you have a great month.
Bye, everybody. I hope you have a great month.
Show the camera which one we got. And we got the coyote. And what's your name?
Jai Coyote.
Jai Coyote. Jai Coyote.
Jai Coyote. Jai Coyote.
Woo,
Do you like my silly face?
I love your silly face.
Is it silly?
It is silly.